Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan. I am a yarn addict, hence the name Juan the Yarn Addict, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by to check out my video today. This is a yarn and crochet channel where we talk about all things yarn and all things crochet, so if that interests you, sit back and watch this video because today, my friends, I offer you another episode of our podcast, Yarn Talk and All the Things. So my friends, I have tons of things to share with you, many things to talk about and laugh at. So, okay, I'm going to give you a rundown of what our episode is going to be about, and then we'll get started, okay? So, we're going to have coffee talk, we're going to talk some whips, I'm going to talk a little bit about my cow, I'm going to talk about a yarn acquisition that I have. It's super hilarious and funny and all the things. And finally, we're going to discuss Happy Mail. But first, let's talk about what's on Matt's head. So, Matt, he is wearing this. So I featured this on my Sunday Live, and I'm not gonna lie, I love the stitch work. Okay, it's the star stitch, and in every other row I worked in the back loop to create those nice straight edges. The actual yarn, obviously it's Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in the colorway of Baja Blue. But the yarn recommended a 5.5mm crochet hook. I went down a size and used a 5mm crochet hook because I wanted it nice and tight, and I wanted all of my stitches to really pop and show. Really nice. It's not for me. It's not my style. But it is someone's style. And so I continued on with it, and yes, so here's the thing. So, do I love all the stitches? Yes. Do I love the join? Yes. It's giving me everything it should give, okay? I even created this band because of the type of beanie that this was coming out to be. So, the one thing that I am going to pick at myself about is the actual joining here. So I was in a rush. I should have taken my time, but I didn't, and I think it shows here. So it's connected where it should be, but I think I should have been a little more careful about stitch placement and all the things. Also too, maybe the stitch that I chose to join maybe wasn't the best one to use. So I'm thinking about all the things when I look at that. So I do plan on making another one. I was thinking more along the lines of like a beanie like this. Let me flip to this side. So without all this. So that's kind of what I was looking at. I'm loving the ridges. I'm loving the stitches. So I'm going to create an actual like beanie type hat, not so much a slouch. And I'm going to change up the band here so that it aligns a little better with the style of beanie that I want for this. I don't have a name yet because I haven't finalized the overall design. I guess the design for the Sachi is done. So yeah, there's that, but I haven't decided on a name yet. So keep the names coming. I've gotten many great ideas for names and things, so thank you guys for that. I do want to work that up with this yarn to see what it looks like. Red Heart Super Saver Stripes in the colorway Americana. I have a bunch of it right there. And so I looked at that and I looked at this and I'm like, let's put that together and see what happens. So let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? Who knows? Okay. So yeah, that's what's on Matt's head. Now we can move forward with coffee talk. So I have a few comments here from the buymeacoffee.com website. But first I want to share my coffee mug. So the coffee mug that I have here today is a bunch of doggies all the way around. It's all the things all the way around. And then on the inside here, it says dog lover. Love that. Oof, it's hot. The coffee's so good. The coffee is giving me everything I need. So it is Dunkin' Donuts ground coffee, the The flavor is hazelnut, and the creamer is International Delight Caramel Macchiato, sugar-free, because I'm diabetic. So it still tastes amazing. I love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So there's that for the coffee. So good. Okay, so I have some comments here that I want to share with you guys. The first comment here comes from Christine. She's a friend of mine. She's a friend of the channel. She writes, enjoy your favorite coffee. You deserve it with all you give. Hugs to Wilma. Thank you so much, Christine. I appreciate that. It's nice to be recognized for your efforts. I'm not going to lie. I think that feels really good, and it's nice to be noticed. So thank you so much, Christine. The next one here is from Cynthia. Cynthia writes, love this channel. You have such great ideas to keep it interesting. I look forward to new videos every week. Thank you, Juan. So, first of all, thank you, Cynthia, because comments like that remind me of all the conversations that I have with my viewers. I'm very interactive in the comments and in the emails and things. One thing that I will tell you is that a lot of the ideas that I come up with are because of conversations that I have with my viewers. So in order for me to grow the way I want to grow, I have to give my viewers what they want. So when they ask for it, I need to consider it, and if I'm able to do it, I need to do it. And so it does require a lot of work, but I'm willing to put in the work, and I have been so far. So it's very, very nice to know that it's being noticed. So thank you so much, Cynthia. I really appreciate that. This next comment comes from Karen. So she wrote a nice little chunk here. So Karen writes, hi Juan, I found you from Crystal. I love your channel, your personality, your voice, your mom, your yarn, your tutorials, your cool vibe. Especially love your makes content. Well, let me stop right there. That was a loaded sentence with lots of things. It had all the things in it, Karen, and I really love all of that. You know, I'm a Leo, and Leos love to hear things like that. So thank you. Okay, moving forward. Sorry. The Granny-a-Palooza series is my favorite. I would love a deeper dive into your method for the giant granny blankets. Everyone does it their own way, and your way is especially neat, and I love that. Thanks for all your friendship and fun you bring to us yarn addicts. You are very talented. Well, listen, the Granny-Palooza series was an amazing series that I didn't think many people would be interested in, but it really was a hit on my channel. Like, a lot of people enjoyed that. A lot of the blankets that I've showcased in those videos have been donated, so I don't have them anymore. And the only ones I have left now are the ones that are in the makes room that will be donated soon because the room is filling up. Once that room gets filled, friends, I empty it and I donate everything that's in there in one fell swoop. I get a U-Haul truck, I fill it up, and I start passing it out. So that will be coming up probably before this summer. So there's that. But what I can showcase are all of my mom's granny squares. I could do that, or just continue making grannies until this summer and do another series. So there's some options there. Thank you for that. You see? Comments give me ideas and we do all the things. So there's that. And yeah, so as far as like engaging with my viewers, I just said that earlier with Cynthia's comment. Like I think it all ties in together. Like, you know, listen to your audience. Your audience will respond one way or another. But however your audience responds is how you have to handle that and make it work. So just know, guys, I am listening, I am paying attention, and I have the best intentions for my channel and for you guys. So thank all three of you guys for the amazing comments. Thank you so much. And thank you for supporting the channel. Okay? So there is that. Let me take another swig of my coffee. I love that. Guys, if you guys haven't tried that coffee, you should totally try it. You'll understand where I'm coming from with all the things, okay? So, as far as whips, okay, this is technically a finished object, but now I'm making it a whip because we're not finished. So I'm going to take this idea, fuse it into this, and it's going to be a thing, okay? So stay tuned for that. But I do have a Tunisian whip that I want to share with you. I shared it yesterday on my Sunday Live, and I'm sharing it again because I've had an update in terms of like what I want to do. So yesterday on my live, I shared this with you guys. Okay, so Tunisian, simple stitch, you know, all the things here. So I mentioned yesterday on the live that I was going to do a strip, and I was going to use one skein of this yarn, and I'll share with you what it is in one moment. I was going to take this skein and make one long strip, and then I was going to make a whole bunch of strips and join them together. Well, this morning, as I'm working more along on this, I said, wait a minute, Juan, it's Tunisian. You don't have to, you know, make separate strips and join. You can actually do it on the return pass. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to finish an entire skein and a strip. That's yay wide. This is the purl side, by the way. Super nice. And this is the front side. So I'm going to do a full strip like this, right? And then when I go to join the next skein, I'm going to chain the equal distance over, and then I'm going to loop over, and then on the return pass I'm going to grab each row and go over, and I'm going to attach another strip and then another strip, and it's going to go like this. That's how I'm going to join it. So yeah, I forgot I knew how to do that, so I'm going to do that. I don't have to sew in anything. It's kind of like when you do you know, the motifs, the join as you go with crochet. It's kind of like that, except in Tunisian you can attach on the return pass. So I'm going to do that. And this project, I forgot to mention, is worked up using a 10mm Afghan hook. This one here is Susan Bates, I believe. I can't remember. I don't know, but I really enjoy this hook. It's nice and smooth, and it's all the things. And the yarn is Premier Yarns. It is Bloom Chunky Big, self-striping floral print. It's 218 yards, 200 meters, 7 ounces at 200 grams. It's 100% acrylic, and it is a bulky 5. And the recommended hook size is an 8mm crochet hook, otherwise known as a US letter L. In Tunisian, you have to increase your hook size by at least 2. 2 is the suggested, you know, increase. I've seen it where there were projects where they've increased it by 3 or even 4 to get a nice drapey situation happening. But for me, 2 is good. And the 2 hook increase situation provides a very, very comfortable looking fabric. Love that. And it's very super squishy, and it's all the things. So stay tuned for that, friends. I just wanted to update you on how I was going to construct this project. I am making a throw. It's not going to be like this huge blanket. I really want that for one of my guest rooms. I have a accent chair in there that I'd like to throw that on the back of. So that's what that is for. Okay, so next I want to talk about my cowl, my crochet along. So I just recorded week 6, friends. It is done. I've done the squares and the blanket. It's all the things. They're loaded into my account here. I'm going to turn them on and share them with everyone tomorrow. Today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday, so that's the due day for all the things. So I'm super excited to share all of that with you guys. Excuse me. But right now I'm going to share with you guys some details regarding the week 6 cowl for the squares. We'll start there. So I spun the wheel for the 2 stitches, and one of the stitches, and I have the wheel here to share with you guys. So on the wheel we have these series of circles in the green, and that represented your choice. So I mentioned beforehand, if we land on that, you get to pick the stitch that you want for week 6 for this particular stitch. You have the ability to put your own stamp on your own project. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do it. And I spun, and the very first spin lands on that. And so for the stitch I chose, I chose a very simple stitch. It's effective in all the things. The moss stitch. So it wasn't represented on the project as of yet. So I said, let's do it. So there's that. And then this stitch here, I'm not going to say what it is. Not until tomorrow. I can't give all the goodies away right away. But if you figure it out, keep it to yourself. This is the stitch. Now, I will tell you that my Facebook group has already been privy to this information. They've already been told all the things. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, it is free to join. And you just have to answer the 3 questions, friends. Please answer the 3 questions. My moderators are turning people away because they're not answering the questions. You have to answer the questions. Please. I want you guys there. And I'm sure you guys want to be there. Because it's all the things. We share our makes on my page. It's fun. The one request that I do have is that you give credit where credit is due. If the pattern is not yours, you share with everyone in the group where that pattern came from and who made it, if it wasn't you who made it. So there's that. For the blanket, we spun for 3 stitches, friends, and the reason why we spun for 3 stitches is because when you're making a square blanket or a blanket in general in the round, the further out you go, those outer rings take a long time to complete. It's like, you know, how many days does it take to get around the sun? That's what it felt like, you know. And so I said, Juan, we need to add another stitch to that. And so we did. And I made the announcement, listen, if we land on that particular slice, we get to pick our own choice. And guess what, friends? It landed on it. So for both the squares and the blanket cowl, those who are working that cowl can actually choose a stitch that they want on their project. So that is super exciting. And then for the blanket, there were 2 other stitches on there which have been recorded today and uploaded onto my channel, which will be turned on tomorrow with the squares. It'll be all the things. But yeah, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. We made it 6 weeks. That's so cool. And I will tell you, there are hundreds of pictures of every phase of the cowl happening all over social media on like my Facebook group. I see pictures on Instagram. I've seen a few on TikTok. I've seen some on my fan page. They're all over the place. In my emails. They're sending them to my emails. It's amazing. And I'm loving all the different colorways, and it's great. I love it. I'm inspired. And it's nice that you guys were inspired by this. And literally, this cowl was just to learn stitches. It wasn't to be, you know, count this and measure that. It doesn't matter. If you missed a stitch, you missed a stitch. It's okay. Just enjoy it for what it is. That's the whole purpose of it. I said that many times. Anyway, I just wanted to say a very heartfelt thank you to every person who has been with me since the beginning of this cowl. It's been an adventure. It was my very first one, you know, ironing out the kinks and all the things, you know, and I can only hope that my future cowls turn out to be more organized, a little better, and more planned. This whole mystery thing needs to go away. I want to plan it out, you know, and just roll it out when it needs to go out and let it be all the things. And hopefully let it be something that everybody wants to take a part of, you know. So that's the thing. Because when I was a viewer and I didn't have a channel, and I would watch channels with the crochet alongs and I would follow along, the one thing that I always said was, you know, can it be more organized? Or, you know, can it be more frequent? I asked all those questions, so, you know, I'm keeping those things in mind. But it's my first one, and we all have to start somewhere, you know? So there's that, my friends. Next, let's talk about this yarn acquisition. So, I came home from work today, and I found a bag, a red Michaels bag, in front of the guest bedroom on the other side of the house. And I know the only people that are in my house when I'm not here are, well, it's my mother and the nurses that come. I have nurses that come and take care of my mom and her medical needs 4 days a week. So today was one of those days. And so, you know, I'm like, wait a minute, but the nurse doesn't do anything with yarns, so what's happening? So I went to Mom's room and I said, Mom, why is there a red bag in front of the guest bedroom? Like, what is that about? She was like, oh, she put it there. I'm like, put what? And she was like, Juan, that's for you. I'm like, for me? What? And she was like, yeah, so I did a D-stash and I'm gifting you some yarn. I'm like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. She's like, Juan, you got me all that nice yarn yesterday, so I decided to give you some yarn. And so I want you to take that yarn and make yourself something with it. I'm like, okay, nice. And she's like, what's the face about? I said, Mom, on the top of that bag, this is on the top of the bag. I said, make myself something nice. I said, She's like, no, make it for a friend, Juan. So I gave her that look, and I know how moms get when you give them that look. So she's like, I'm serious, Juan. Make something. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to make it for me, but I will make it for a friend. She's like, exactly. Make it for a friend, someone who would appreciate the pinks. Now, see, for me, I love all the other colors. Like, I would make something for myself and actually wear it, like a scarf or something, with from the teal all the way in. And even maybe the fuchsia, but that powder pink, I don't think I would want to wear. I could snip, take that colorway out. But no, Ma said to make it for a friend. So, excuse me, I'm going to make this for a friend. So this is Cakes Wool DK. It is 30 wool, 70% acrylic. It is 150 grams, 520 meters. It is a light 3-weight yarn, and they recommend a 4 to 6 millimeter knitting needle. I'm going to tell you that I've worked with this in another colorway. A 5 millimeter crochet hook is the one to use for this. Just saying. And I love all the colorways except for that one powder pink. I mean, I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying preference, you know, for me. But I will do that and make this for a friend who I know will love and appreciate all the colors. So I'm definitely going to do that. Okay? So, anyway, she gave me all this. All of these in here. Okay? These are $1.25 tree little bundled balls of yarn from Premier Yarns. Okay? And I have literally every colorway that they offer at the $1.25 tree. So a little bit of a backstory about this. So last year, before I had a channel, I was watching Mikey over at the Crochet Crowd. Obviously, I was watching Crystal. I was watching all the people that, you know, I enjoyed watching, you know. And now I talk to regularly, which still blows my mind. But anyway, Elise Rose Crochet did this whole video about Dollar Tree yarn, and I was so moved, like I enjoyed that video so much that I got in my car and I drove to the Dollar Trees and I cleaned them out. I bought over 100 skeins of all the colors. Everything they had, I cleared them out. I filled carts, you know, and all the things. I brought it all home and I split everything in half with my mother. She took half and put it in her stash. I took half and put it in my stash. I used all of mine. And so Mom still had some left of hers. And so because I got her all that yarn yesterday, she decided to gift me what she had left to make room for the yarns that she got yesterday. Because, I mean, me and my mom are different that way. She likes to keep her yarn exactly as is. She doesn't like to add to it. She keeps it as is. And when she runs out of certain things, she'll like give me a list to go and get and fill. Whereas me, I'll let it stack up, I put it in bins, and I'll do all the things. That's not my mom. So let me just share the colorways with you. There's a lot of the same kinds of yarn in here. So I'm just going to show you like the colorways that are in this bag. So we have Premier Just Yarn Worsted. It's 153 yards, 140 meters. It's 2.46 ounces at 70 grams. Medium 4-weight yarn, and they do recommend a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. This particular colorway here is mustard. And then we have rain. And then we have persimmon. And then we have grape. And then we have white. And then we have black. And then we have leaf. And then there are other colors in here. There's a blue, and then there's a red at the bottom. But those are all the things. There's probably like 40. There's like 40 of them in here, maybe 50. But it's packed. This is the bigger Michaels bag. You know Michaels, they have the small one and the larger one. This is the larger one, and it's filled to the brim. Anyway, I looked at Ma and I said, Ma, what am I supposed to make with all that? You want me to do something with that? And she was like, you just talked about granny squares. I love my mom. I'm like, yes, Ma, I did. And she's like, make grannies with that. I said, well, I'm doing one now. And she's like, okay, how about this? And she just went on about this thing. So she says, do a scrap GAN blanket and just pull random colors out of the bag and use it as you go. Whatever you pull out is what you use, and just make it for what it is and enjoy what it is that you're doing. She's like, don't you say that in your tutorials and things? And I said that in my cow, yes. And she's like, yeah, just do the granny for how you do the granny and let it be that. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. She's right. So I am going to just pull out of the bag and do all the things until I run out, and then that's it. So I can't wait to share that with you, because there's lots of colors in that bag. So we'll see. We will see. I have to say I'm a little excited about it, because I love doing a good granny. Give me a good YouTube channel to watch. Give me that yarn and a nice hook, and before you know it, I'll be done. So it'll be good. Okay, so finally, friends, I have some Happy Mail to share with you guys. I have 3 that I want to share with you, and I do want to tell you that I did pre-open all of the things, because I wanted us to be efficient. I wanted to get this on the road. I wanted you guys to watch all the things. And I do want to say, before I get into the Happy Mail, that if you're enjoying my channel, friends, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. We talk about all the things. You know, I do Sunday lives, I do tutorials, I do yarn talk, I do yarn reviews. And if you see something, or if you don't see something on my channel and you want it on my channel, drop me an email, hookedcreations123@gmail.com. All of that information's in the description box, or just sound off in the comments. I read all of them. Yeah, I read all the comments, friends. So there's that. But let me go ahead and get into this Happy Mail. I have 3, like I mentioned. And we'll start with one that came from my friend, Diana. So, this is how this came, in a box just like this. It's all the things. Now, mind you, this is not even for me. This is my mom's birthday gift from my friend Diana to my mom. And let me tell you how beautiful this gift is. I'm so excited for my mom to see this. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. First, this is how look, okay, sparkle tissue paper. Love that. Next, we peel that off. There's a little note in there. It says, happy birthday, Ma. Love, Diana, double crochet Diana. Okay? I love that already. There's nothing my mom likes more than being acknowledged as just one of, like Ma, you know? She loves that. Next, we have this, and it's just the heart with a thank you on it, you know, and all the things. Okay, love that. We peel that back. I'm going to sit that there nice and neat. There's all this bubble wrap, okay? There's a purpose for it, I promise. So let me just unwind this and show you this. I love it. And I know my mom is going to love it too. Look at this, okay? It's a box, okay? But look at the front. Isn't that so gorgeous? Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you know this. If you've been around since the beginning, you know this. But if you're just coming across my channel now, this might be new to you. I'm a classically trained musician. So I play violin, viola, and cello. And more specifically, I'm a violist. I've been playing the viola since I was 7 years old. And my mom literally forced me to take these lessons, because even though she couldn't hear me, she knew that if I stuck to something and I really worked hard at it, that I'd be great at it. And I don't like to gloat, but I'm really good at it. And so, you know, she has said over the years, and I get choked up every time I tell this story, so I'm not going to get too deep about it, but through the years, my mom has seen me win awards for my music, and she said to me, I wish I could hear you play. I lose it every time she says that. And look what's on the front. So that's why I think this is going to be... My mom's going to love this. She's going to love this. For that reason, you know. My grandmother was a violinist. She played all through and did all the things, and I picked it up and I did it for years, since I was 7, all through school, all through college, all the things. So anyway, if you don't know that about me, you now know. I collect violins. I have them all over the place in other areas of the house. So anyway, my mom has always wanted to hear me play, and she can't, obviously. So to have this little thing with the violin on it and the angels, I think will strike a chord with her, and I think she's going to love this. So thank you, Diana. I don't know how you came across this, but I know my mother is going to love this. Thank you. I need a sip of coffee after that. Please, give me a second. It pays to be a good person. It really does. And I can tell you, honestly and genuinely, I'm a good person. And like everyone else, I've been through things. But every now and then, something special comes along, like a good friend, like Diana, like Jen, like a handful of you guys out there, that really make everything worth it. So, thank you guys, seriously. Seriously. Okay. Next, I have one final piece of Happy Meal from Beth. Okay? Now listen. Beth, I opened this already, okay? The viewers have no idea, but you know. Okay. I love Happy Meal because of my reactions to them. Yes, I love it. Okay, I'm beating around the bush. Beth, you're amazing, okay? First of all, she sends me this card, okay? One, you know. And so, in the card, it says, good friends are like fancy chocolates, okay? So that's the card. Let's open it up. It says, you may share. Okay, 1. Enjoy your goodies. I joined your channel the first day Crystal did a shout out and have enjoyed your channel ever since. The DVDs are fun to watch and share. My circular needles are there as well. Enjoy the yarn and the surprise. And on the other side of the card it said, it's what's on the inside that makes everything special. Happy Valentine's Day, Beth, a fellow yarn collector. Beth, you are a friend, my friend. Wait till I share with you what she's got in this box. Beth, you are a friend, okay? And I'm going to share with you right now why I'm calling Beth a friend, okay? You ready? It's this. It's a Walmart bag, friends, okay? Let me share with you what's in this bag. Beth got me my coffee. This is my coffee, friends. This is what I get every Sunday. Dunkin' Donuts hazelnut coffee. This is what I pick up every Sunday. And guess what, friends? when I go to get this, what else do I get? I get yarn. She got me 2 skeins of Mexicana yarn, okay? There's a significance to this yarn, okay? So listen, I don't know, Beth, if you are a fly on my wall somewhere in my house, okay? There's lots of walls here, right? And it's just me and Ma. Anyway, I have a whip that only 2 people know about, and I'm one of them. The other person is Jen. Jen, she's another friend of mine. She's also one of my moderators and all the things, okay? So I recently only spoke to Jen about this. I had a project that I'm working on for another channel, another YouTuber here, a friend of mine and a friend of all the things, that I'm using this yarn for. And I discussed it, and I was talking the pattern, and I was talking the design, because I'm designing it. I'm doing all the things, and I ran out of this yarn. And my store this past Sunday, my store did not have this. It's 2 weeks in a row. And I was telling Jen how I needed this yarn. In this box, the 2 skeins that I need to finish that pattern, that design, for another channel on YouTube. So, thank you, Beth. You're a friend. You came to me in a time of need for more than one thing. You got me the yarn. You got me the coffee. What? Thank you so much, Beth. You are a lifesaver on more than one level, obviously. So thank you. Okay? Now, I'm going to share the rest of this Happy Mail box with you guys because, friends, that is not it. Beth came with all the things, okay? She came to me and was like, 1, 2, 3, okay? So here goes. Beth also got me some knitting DVDs, okay? So we have The Art of Knitting, Stitches, Colors, and Fashion. We have the Finishing Touch DVD. And then we have Knit Stitches in Motion DVD. Now, again, she's a fly on my wall somewhere. Beth, wherever you're at, you need to come out. Because I had a conversation with another friend of mine who's not on YouTube. And I said, in the next room here, you know how I'm building it and putting all the things together, should I leave the TV and the DVD in there, or should I take it out? And my friends, the one I was talking to, the one in particular, was like, leave it in there. You never know when you're going to need it. You might be able to put DVDs on and play what you need to play, you know, and all the things. So, and it just so happens this was in the box. So how cool is that? The next room has a TV with a DVD player and all my yarn and all the things. So, thank you, Beth. Next, we have some cakes here. This is Hobby Lobby's Yarn Bee Rapology Hues in their colorway Sunday Denim. So it's got little bobs of like yellow, I think, and then denim blue. This here is 90% cotton and 10% polyester. It is a fine 2-weight yarn. Let me give you that to look at. Give you all the things. So it's 7 ounces at 200 grams, 524 yards at 480 meters. They recommend a 3.25 millimeter knitting needle or a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. US letter E. I think I would want the drape, friends. I would use a letter G with this. And actually, this is perfect for like a spring rectangle scarf, just something to throw over around your neck as like a style thing, not so much as like utility, oh, it's cold, I need to be warm, but more like, this looks cool with this outfit, so I'm going to put it on and just like accent my outfit with it. So that's what this is going to be, my friends. I have just the idea to put that together. It might be a thing on my channel, I'm not sure, but that might be a thing. Next, we have some Addie Circulars. So this here is 24-inch US 6 4mm circulars. Super nice. Now, I believe you can actually use this for this. Now, they're suggesting 3.25 millimeter. This is a 4 millimeter. It's fine. This will go with this. And it'll be all the things. I got baskets galore. That'll go together, and we'll get that and do the things. And if by some chance I can't make that work, I will pull out my letter G hero hook or something and make that work. So next we have the Knitter's Handbook, and it's got all the things in here, essential skills and helpful hints from the Knitter's magazine, and it is spiral bound so it'll lay flat, which is cool. Which reminds me, many of you guys have been talking to me about my Sophie's book that I need to get it spiral bound. Well, it was a gift from Nancy over at She's Got Yarn, and before I do anything to that book, I want to make sure that I have Nancy's okay to do that. I mean, I know she gifted it to me, but like, I just want to make sure it's kosher to do that, you know, because it was a gift, and you know, so all that. I'll keep you posted, but yeah. Lastly, but certainly not least, I got this bag here, and I love it. Needles up. I love that. That's so cool. To put all the things in it. Love it. So, Beth, you outdid yourself, my friends. I am never going to forget any of this from you. The coffee, the yarn. What? Listen, friends, it's the simple things. I mean, you got me coffee, and you got me the yarn that I need to finish my project for that other channel. Ugh. And it's exactly the yarn that I need. That's so cool. Beth, you are amazing. You're a friend of the channel. You're a friend of mine, and all the things. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed doing this episode with me as much as I did. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you are subscribed, thank you for sticking around this long. I really appreciate it. Hit that notification bell to stay updated with everything regarding me and my channel. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I do go live on Sundays, and we talk about all the things, and I bring Mom on, and it's all the fun. So yeah, that is all I have for this episode, friends. So until the next one, take care, guys. Bye-bye.